Hello and welcome to the final panel of Spotlight Indies Big Weekend. If you are joining us live, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here for the whole weekend. We've had such great support from you guys and we really appreciate it. This is our conclusion of the big weekend, so we are going to be celebrating. It's a summer party. We are here to party. So thank you for coming along. Who are we going to be partying with? Let's find out. Holly, you're like our first official guest, I guess. So, hi, welcome to the party. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. I always feel much better when you introduce me as the guest, I guess. She's here again. I don't know who keeps letting her in. I'm good, Fraser. I'm looking forward to. I know we've dubbed this the Indie Author Summer Party, so I want to kind of explain that a little bit before we go too far. We ran a campaign between June and the end of August where we highlighted the work of a different indie author every day. We called it our Indie Author Summer. So because obviously we're now getting into the autumn, everyone's looking for cozy reads and things to do when it's a bit rain outside. We thought we'd do a wrap up party to celebrate everything that's happened over the summer. So we realise it's not summer now.
Yeah. So, but we do.
This is for cozy reads. I may have come to the wrong panel. Then.
I mean, not exclusively cozy reads, but things to read while you are cozy.
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah.
It depends on your definition of cozy, because to some people, cozy might be like very dark. Like you never know.
Yes. Curl up with a nice a cup of hot chocolate and some atrocities in a fantasy realm. Sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If you've not got like the blood of your enemies in your hot cocoa, what are you even playing at? Let's welcome everybody else to this party. Let's start with you, Alethea. How are you doing?
Great, thanks. And yeah, cold though. Really not summer. So definitely time to cozy up with a book.
Yeah, definitely not summer in the UK. 100%. Seems like it's been storming all weekend. Which Thomas are we going to refer to as Thomas Prime, and which Thomas is like t'other Thomas? Should we go?
We are the Tomasi.
Yeah. I'm just going to say Thomas, welcome. How are you guys doing?
Should we try to talk in unison?
We can give it a shot. We'll finish each other's sentences.
It's great to have you guys here.
Go right ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, TJD, how's it going?
It's going good. Unfortunately, it was getting cool here, and then it got hot again. And we almost had frost the other night, and now it's like 80-some degrees, which I don't know what that is for you guys.
I have blank stares from everybody.
High 30s, I think.
If that's Celsius, that's very hot. That's like
more than actually gets in Britain.
And THR, how are you doing?
Doing well. Yeah, I live in the desert, so it is still incredibly hot even now. But I'm enjoying it.
Amazing. And welcome to everybody who's with us. Welcome to Mark. Really glad to hear you've enjoyed the weekend, Mark. We've enjoyed it too.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Tom, you are time traveling like an absolute pro. We can check out more from Tom next week if you that's a nice little clue for some foreshadowing as to what's going to be happening with Spotlight Indie over the next week.
We almost had enough Toms for a singularity just now.
Almost. Alex, great to see you. Rowena, good evening. Great to see you too. And I expect heckling plenty. Yeah.
We would expect nothing less.
Yeah, you've got to live up to that claim, Spencer. So because we are big champions and big supporters of indies and indie books, and we want to get together and read as many of them as possible, one of the things that we want to throw out to you straight off, because it's a party, something that you can bring to a party is a good book recommendation. That always goes down well. So what indie books have you read this year or have you read recently that you have been really excited about and that you would recommend to people? Anybody can take this. It's like fastest mouth wins.
Me.
Go for it. Yeah.
Can I just quickly say as well before you start? We're all now thinking, Fraser, you must go to some wild parties.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you don't come with a book recommendation, you ain't getting through the door. Let's put it that way.
You have to bring the actual book with you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. That's like, you'll get like your first
instant
glass of
entry.
champagne. Yeah. if you bring the actual book. If you just rock up with the title, it's orange juice. But like, aren't these the rules for parties? Am I
They
just
are.
going to the wrong
Sorry,
things?
Thomas. This is what happens.
Yes,
we
yes,
get wildly off
yes,
track.
Fraser, yes. This is-
I have a small child. I haven't been to a party in a very long time, but that's the party I want to go to.
Yeah,
100%.
totally.
yeah. If Bluey is not playing on the TV, then it's not my kind of party anymore.
Yeah, which episode of Bluey is the one that like really?
All
we-
of them. Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the critically acclaimed Solar System episode that my toddler wants to watch 10 times a day? Yes, I'm very familiar with that one.
We've all got our own Bluey episode, right? Where it's like that's the one, like where it's anybody with kids. Let us know your Bluey episode in the comments.
Wildly, of course.
And hello, more podcast joining. It's great to see
Hi,
you.
Daniel.
Yeah, hi Daniel.
Sorry,
So-
we completely interrupted Thomas. He was going to make a very poignant comment
Yeah,
about an indie.
What
Oh,
books
I
do you
see,
bring into
yeah.
the party?
Okay, yes, thank you for bringing that back, Holly, because I would have completely forgotten off on the tangent of parties. But yeah, I've actually been on a bit of an indie novella kick lately. I recently read Liminal Monster by Luke Tarzian, which was a mindfuck of a book, but it was really well done. It was like reading insane nightmare poetry written by a madman, which is one of my favorite genres. I also recently read The Whisper That Replaced God by Timothy Wolfe, which was also a super fun story, and An Inkling of Flame by Z.B. Steele, which was one of my favorite reads so far of the year. Those are all novellas, all indie authors. The last full indie book that I finished was a book called Perils of the Past by Kane Williams, which I highly enjoyed. Loved the creature work in it, a lot of interesting magic, and just a rollicking adventure story all the way through. And currently, my current reads, I'm reading God's Blood Tragedy by, actually, I think I have it right here, by Bill Adams. I don't usually have physical copies, but I just love this cover quite a lot. So that one's on my current read list, and I'm also still reading Winds of War by Moshe Winter,
Nice.
and they're all fabulous.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
a few of those I've seen all over social media. I mean, Luke Tarzian's book, I have seen popping up on so many feeds recently.
Mm-hmm.
Great, that's a really solid start.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. Anybody got any-
I'll do the I'm the stocking stuffer now. Everyone else can go.
Yeah.
I
With
can
the-
throw a
with the
few
full
novellas
books.
in there. Because if
Yeah,
you're going
go
for a
for
party,
it.
it needs to fit in your handbag. So
Yeah.
I've got one that I have a physical copy of, which is a really nice
Nice.
small one, which is about a girl who grows up completely on her own with no other human contact apart from very intermittent video calls with one person. And she's just on this alien planet completely on her own, and her kind of discovery of that, and also how she reacts when she does finally meet another person. So it's very interesting, kind of psychological sci-fi. And the other novellas, do I have the novellas? No. Oh. The novellas that go by these two people, but I only have them on ebook. So
I think I have Envoys of War.
yes, it's really funny.
Or no, I have Pawns of Havoc.
That's the one I read.
Okay.
That's the one that I read as a novella. I had read it on ebook.
I'm going to
though.
get so much
So-
crap from Dave for getting the titles confused, but
Yeah,
Oh,
just
well,
to, 'cause that's Dave Lawson.
the pitfalls of doing a live video, truly.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and
it's
you
dope.
can- both Bella's and Dave's ones, you can read the main books first, or you can read the novellas first. You don't have to have the pre-existing knowledge of their fantasy worlds or characters. It just adds to it if you do. So they're nice kind of inroads to it. And my chunky recommendation, if you want one, like if you have a really big handbag to take to this party.
It's
that
a
we're
very
having-
long party you're going to.
I mean, I've been through some parties where I think I probably could have read this whole thing in the time. But you have to have the physical copy of this one for the video because it's all illustrated with all different chapter
Gorgeous.
headings.
Oh my!
My son, my 3-year-old, has summarized it. as once upon a time, they go on an adventure, the end, this is a good book. So it's recommended by a 3-year-old, and
5
it's
stars.
recommended by his mom.
By the way.
I mean, that's the blurb we all want, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, he went through all 600 pages.
I mean, he's such an advanced reader. This is great.
He's so
I know, like, he
meticulous.
reads so
It's
fast.
wonderful.
Say it. My 4-year-old does not give me those kinds of book reviews. I'm telling you, like totally scathing. Like, yeah, the internal logic of this, Dad. Come on, like, not solid. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
What about you, TJD?
I have also been on a big indie novella kick lately. I've got a couple here. Residuum by D.B. Rook, which is just a blast of a like futuristic space pirate adventure. It's dark, it's fun, it's one of my favorite things I've read. And Dance With Me by Olivia J. Elliott, which is just like the most beautiful tale of one's own like inner turmoil and mental health, and she just did an amazing job with it. And another one, which is on my bookshelf somewhere, and I did not grab it, but it's probably over there, is by this guy. This guy, my fellow Thomas. Last
know
Gasp
him.
of Midnight,
I know him.
which was just
I might be able to do it for you. I might be able to.
There you go.
assist. This one.
Amazing
Yes.
coincidence you have a copy.
And if you were to take a single fight scene and turn it into like the most emotional epic between just two characters ever in very few pages, it was excellent.
Awesome stuff.
Thank you, Scott.
I can-
That's awesome.
I can see the head is slowly becoming bigger in the screen as we speak. It's like, yeah. No, that is brilliant. I love it when indies support indies. We had had Livia on.
Come back to Earth.
That was very good. I like that. We had Livia on and Spotlight Indie talking about Dance With Me when she did her Kickstarter, and got to read it then, and it was just such a great novella. It was so good. Yeah, totally with you on that one, Thomas. That was great. And what would you bring, Holly?
Well, I mean, Thomas stole my main choice for this year, which was Olivia J. Elliott's Dance With Me. That is by far the best book, one of the best books I've read, full stop. And it has been a really fantastic year for novellas, I think. I am just going to make a little shout out to this guy down here, one of the Thomases, Thomas J. Devons, The Scroungers and the Dregs, both fantastic reads. Recently launched into audio, well, one of them's audiobooks at the moment, narrated by RJ Bailey. I'm also
RJ,
going to
yes.
love RJ, absolutely
That's amazing.
fantastic. Full length book if you're looking for something a little longer. I've already kind of recommended it in previous podcasts, but Steve Pannett's Sins of Steel and Shadow, that is one of my more recent reads. And I mean, I read it and the first chapter has a canal in it, so obviously anyone that knows me is going to know that I was immediately invested. I love a bit of dirty, grimy, industrial setting. It's a unique take, I think, on some of the. What are you laughing, Fraser?
Just wondered where you were going. I love you a bit of dirty, grimy,
Love a bit of dirty,
industrial
grimy.
type setting. Yes, of course. That's the obvious ending to that sentence.
Great setting for a party.
Absolutely, of course.
We're
of
at
course.
an H.L. Tinsley party now.
Yes, and it's only going to get worse from here. What can I say? But no, I do think that it's definitely a book that I would recommend anybody who, if you like my book, so that always sounds like a really weird thing to say, but if you do like that kind of low fantasy, grim, dark, it is a bit more fantasy. It's got like vampires and sort of like I don't want to say magic systems, but more like supernatural in it. It is a great book. So, and I'm doing a really, really terrible job of pitching it. So go check it out.
They're hats. They're men. They wear hats. coats.
There's words in it and pages, and it's great.
Hmm.
What
We
about
got-
you,
Sounds like
Fraser?
me trying to
Instead.
describe one of my books. I feel for you, Holly. I feel you.
Thank you.
It's been a great year for indie stuff. You guys have mentioned a lot of the same kind of picks. I know that that was it a Luna Press edition of Orphan Planet that you had? Luna Press's novellas are just they're
Yeah,
just
they've had some
great.
great ones.
Yeah, like The Last to Drown by Rainn Wilson was just stunning. Loved that book. That was so good. I'm gonna go with like a little bit of a deeper cut, which is a book that I wished I'd remembered for our previous panel when talking about magic systems and indie books. I'm gonna go for one of Anna Tizard's books, which has been out a while now, but I don't think it gets enough love because it is such a brilliant book. It's called Eye for Immortality, and it is like a creepy horror, weird kind of tale. All
I'm
to do-
already interested.
yeah, it's like if you imagine sort of like the idea of like the picture of Dorian Gray, except the person comes out of the painting. Like it's a very cool idea. And it's just to do she gets her ideas from playing the Exquisite Corpse game, which is you take like random words and put them together to make a sentence. And it was one of those that she got the inspiration for this book from. So it has all of this like weird surreality to it, which I just absolutely loved. But it's best if you go into it sort of not really knowing too much. So I'm just gonna say Eye for Immortality, Anna Tizard, check it out, it's great. Also, yeah, I was just about to do the same thing, Holly. That's amazing. We got a lot of
from last panel.
we got a lot of love for some of the book picks, which is great. So Tim, and also on Residuum as well, and Dance with Me. Thank you for shouting that out as well, Tim. So awesome stuff. So yeah, those are some books for you to read over the autumn to the end of the year. Talking of books and reading and giving away and all this kind of stuff, our giveaways have closed, but I can now announce who the winners are going to be. So can we all give a round of applause to the following people? For the Phil Parker paperback giveaway, that has been won by the one and only Charlie Cavendish. Congratulations,
Woo!
Charlie.
Well done,
You're gonna
Charlie.
be-
Congrats, Charlie.
Yeah. For the Emma L. Adams paperback giveaway, he's in the chat with us right now. That is the one and only Mark Coulter. Congrats, Mark. You are a
Well done,
winner
Mark.
of the giveaway.
Well done, Mark.
LL McRae paperback trilogy giveaway. Jeremy Smith, you are going to be receiving those. For the Alternative Stories Patreon giveaway, ebook worm, which I guess is ebook worm, but with a Y in there, which I love. Congrats, you're going to be getting that. The Dex Legacy Scripts and Commentary giveaway, Alejandro Bosso. I still don't know how to say your name out loud, but I love you and you're amazing and you're getting some books. For the Tim Hardy paperback giveaway, Rowena. Way! How good is that? And for the ebook
Nice.
bundle giveaway, Tufty McTavish. So those are the giveaway winners.
Well done,
So
guys.
you're going to be
We
getting a
will
load of
put them
good
all on the socials.
books.
Yeah, we'll
Congrats.
put them all on the socials for anyone that's missed it as well.
Yeah.
Congrats to all.
Yeah. In terms of obviously going into the winter, I feel like as writers, and especially as indie writers, this is probably one of our most productive times because as the weather gets bad and gloomy and overcast, it's the perfect writing weather. So tell us a little bit about what your indie author experience is going to be like over the next few months ahead. Like, is it going to be? Have you got stuff that you're working on? Have you got stuff that you're going to be sort of going to? Do you know what you're going to be writing over the next few months, or is it just at the minute? Are you just in like a reading mode, or tell us a little bit about what's going on in your indie author lives right now. Anyone can start. I'm not picky. In which case, I'm going to pick.
I could go. Yeah, for me, it's definitely more writing than reading because, as you said, the aforementioned weather is much more conducive to my writing method. To me, the The rainy weather is the good weather because here it's just sunshine and hot days nonstop, and so I enjoy when we get a little bit of cloud cover here and there. Right now, I'm wrapping up what I hope to be my next novel release, which is a new book called "The Heroes We Never Were," which is a story about a disgraced former knight, a young daughter of the lord that he serves, and their giant dogs trying to stop a murder plot and prevent a war inside their castle. But it is a bit of a dark. It is going to be my normal rated R epic fantasy fare, so it's not going to be a happy-go-lucky kind of book. Although I do include a lot of humor and sass into it. But that one I'm wrapping up final edits on. I've been kind of on a hiatus from social media for a few weeks, trying to spend every spare moment to wrap that one finally. And then after that, I've got a couple more novellas while we're on the novella track that I'm trying to work on, as well as finishing up the sequel to We Break Immortals, which finally will be coming out next year. So that's kind of I've got a full plate, and then I'll fit in reading wherever I can in there. I'm pretty psyched though, because my kids are finally giving me a little bit more room to actually fit in some reading and writing than they have over the last year and a half. So they're being kind to dear old dad. And so the future looks a lot brighter as far as productivity, which I'm very happy about.
That's amazing.
Don't jinx it.
Rowena's very happy about it. Look at that.
Yes. Yeah, Rowena has seen a much earlier version of Heroes We Never Were. So I can't wait to get her this final finished version.
I think Thomas Howard Rothfuss is actually really you could probably take that as a pseudonym. That works, you know.
It's true. Well, the funny thing is the both this book that I'm currently working on and the last one I put out, The Light of Casaban, here, which is a BBNY finalist, actually, oddly enough, this year, which was very exciting. Both of these, that book and this one that I'm working on now, were parts of the sequel to We Break Immortals before their POV characters kind of broke out on their own and decided to completely obliterate the plans that I had to tie together these 6 POVs into one cohesive story. They just trashed all my plans. And so now they're getting their own books. So technically, Spencer, am still working on the sequel, but I understand what you mean. And so that one is next, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Some lovely comments for your hardcovers, which is great. Can we what, Holly?
Can we just have a moment of appreciation as well for Thomas Howard Riley's book titles? I mean, come on. It's just next level book titling.
I do try to put a lot of thought into the titles, so I'm glad that they get the point across very well.
I love it. I love it. What's everybody else going to be working on? What about you, Thea?
I mean, I was feeling like my schedule was going to be hectic for the next 6 months, and then I heard Thomas's, and now I'm feeling quite good about it.
Anything I can do to improve your mood, I'm here for.
But I just finished the almost final edit of book 3 of The Seer of York. I'm just waiting on a sensitivity read on certain sections to come back and do those edits, and then that one is theoretically done, which is great because I haven't done anything but edit that for like the last 2 weeks, and my family hasn't seen me. That one's coming out in March, so it needs to be ready by the end of the month. And then I get to go straight into edits for the one I've got coming out in June, which is an unrelated Cyber Fae Legend of the Bard, which I will sell to Holly in that it has a really dirty canal scene. So I'll let you have that.
Sold.
So I've got edits for that one, but then I have to do Seer of York book 4 while I'm editing the other one, because that needs to be beta read and finished and completed by the end of April. So that is going to be me writing Dark Grimy York.
Yeah. Oh, it's not too far away from where I grew up, so you get away with saying Dark Grimy York because that's very accurate. So yeah, I like it.
It is an alternate universe,
Yeah.
And I wrote it thinking, you know, this is going to be a lot more misty, a lot darker than real life. And every time I go to York, it rolls out all the mist for me. It's like it knows that I'm coming. And it's like, yeah, you wanted misty? We're going to make you blind.
I'm so glad that you made sure to put the C at the start of Canal. So glad.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in Canal Street, and that sea disappears a
Good
lot.
Lord, Fraser.
So I'm just looking and I'm thinking, I really hope that's not autocorrect. I really hope that is what he meant to type.
Can I just say as well, I love the fact that Thea went in with well, now I've heard Thomas's schedule, mine doesn't feel so bad. And I'm listening to Thea's and thinking, that's probably about 3 times more than I've got planned for the next 6 months.
What about you, TJD? What's on your horizons?
I don't make nearly as intricate of plans. I've been mostly working on short stories this year, so I'm finally getting back to the next Vermin of the Old Empire novella, The Roustabouts, which all those books are set. They all take place alongside of one another, so they all pick up at the end of this battle.
That's awesome.
And this one is going to be largely inspired by the labor movement in the U.S. in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So it's a group of survivors returning to the city they came from after the war and having very horrible no rights for workers and horrible working conditions and no pay and possibly rising up.
I like it. I like that.
And I'll
Good
be
little tease.
sitting in my office while there's 3 feet of snow outside, just working on that when I don't have to work.
I love it.
Feel free to send some of that snow my way.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. And Holly, are you still Vanguard 3ing it?
Oh, yes. When I say I don't have much planned, I don't have much planned because I am still wrestling with this book that has become the most tempestuous relationship I've ever had in my life. I mean, I love it. I hate it. Sometimes I feel like I want to throw it out the window. It is happening. So book 3 is happening. And there are about 10 different iterations of it at the moment. I'm just trying to decide which version I want to turn into the final
Wrestling with the
version.
book is so relatable to me, Holly.
Absolutely.
So
And-
really-
Isn't that just how books are written?
Yeah, this is it.
That's the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah, it is. It's the process. And you know, I think the rest of the panel will probably agree with me. There is a thing that is called the third book wall. It is a very real thing where the third book, for some reason, just seems to be the one where everybody just falls out of love with it and falls back into love with it, and they hate it and they love it. And
I'm having
Yeah,
it a book early.
Yeah.
Honestly.
prematurely.
We could write books about the saga of trying to write our sequel books.
We
It
could.
feels like half the time, just as an author. It's just so
Writing book
bizarre.
2 was more difficult than writing book 1. I was like, okay, I've written a sequel now. Going into book 3 will be fine. Book 3 is just upped the game.
Yes.
It's like you
The
thought
first
that was
book of my
bad,
main series. Sorry.
and I have to write a 4th one.
Yeah. I mean, this does beg the question, would it just be easier to skip book 3 and go straight to book 4? I mean, that's what I'm thinking might have to happen.
Have you
Just
seen?
published one that just says stuff happened.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Mexico? Because that's technically the third in a trilogy, but they do it where they flash back to the story that happens between the films. So it's kind of like the 4th movie, and the 3rd is told in like flashbacks through it. And I was like looking at that like recently, and I was like, that fixes book 3 syndrome. You just write book 4 and you put flashbacks to the book that was awkward, right? That's like that's the most genius way around it ever.
Or just
So-
start with book 3. I mean, it worked for Star Wars.
Carry on. I'll be right back.
After book 4, or just really mess with people. Don't write book 3. Put previously on at the beginning of book 4 and describe like a page of what happened, and everyone will be going, "I've missed one."
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then you release it as a prequel, and then you're sorted.
Yeah.
Um,
In
Increments.
fairness, I'm
you know,
releasing a prequel next year, and I haven't released the trilogy that it's a prequel to.
yeah, I mean, you can really,
Sorry,
you
had
can
to let a
really
cat
mess
in.
with this. You could go for, book 1.2, book 3.5.
Yeah. Just
I
write
also have a
book
book
2.1.
1.5.
Yeah.
Just like messing with the numbering, and people keep saying to me, "So this is the fourth book you're writing and putting out in March?" I'm like, "No, it's the third book, but the other one's a 1.5."
They did that with the Lion King. The third Lion King movie is Lion King 1.5. It's great. Like, anyway, from very terrible references that I'm throwing. How many Vanguard books are you planning, Holly?
So this is the big question at the moment. I originally planned it to be 4 books. It may now be 3. It depends. I'm going to write book 3. Depending on the length of it, I will then work out whether it's going to need to be 3 or 4 books to be able to tell the story properly. So at this point, it is 3. That may, however, expand back into
So
4.
4 then.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm not answering the question really, but there will definitely be 3.
You're too like
and possibly
Holly
more.
to not make it go to 4.
I know. There's a lot of stories still to be told.
I've turned more novellas into full books and more short stories into novellas. So I'm gonna pencil in 4, and I won't be sad about it because you write amazingly well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Why stop at 4? Why not just go with like double figures? Like that would just keep it going, Holly. Like it would be great.
It's taken me 3 years to write book 3, Fraser. We'll be going to like 2056 if I do that.
At a certain point, if you are going to write enough books, would it make the third book wall easier to deal with? Because
Then you got to deal with
at a certain threshold, it just
like
just say you're going to write
6,
16. Say you're going to write 16 of them, and then suddenly everything will be easy in the third one.
What you do is with this book that you're writing.
Jordan. Did he get like so far into the Wheel of Time? He's like, I have hit the 16th book wall. Well, there's only 13. I've hit the 10th book wall. I cannot cope with this anymore. And then he just popped his clogs and left someone else to deal with it.
I mean, I'm hoping that doesn't happen to me.
I feel, Holly, like what you need to do is you need to when you finish writing book 3, just make that the last book, and then just write all of the books that lead up to that. Make that like book 20, and then just go back, and then it's like you've already done the end bit. You've done the hard bit, right? You can just stretch it out for as long as you want.
Yeah.
We've got more love for 4 books. There's one. There's another. So yeah, 4 book pressure here, Holly. In terms of our own books and our own writing, how does everybody feel about talking about it? Because I don't know about you, but like as an indie author, it's not always the most easy thing to talk about. You feel a little bit awkward talking about your own books because you feel like it's self-promotion and it goes against all of your instincts. Why is that the case? Is that the case for everybody? And if so, like why?
It definitely is for me. I don't know about everyone else, but yeah, I'm much more naturally a hype man for other people's books, for my friends' books, for authors I respect, their books. It's I don't know. I just always have a thought in the back of my head that it feels a bit I don't know, self-serving to try to hype yourself up, and so it's a constant battle between my nature of wanting to like be more subdued about and more self-deprecating about myself and my own work, and then the knowledge that I kind of have to be hyped about it because I am hyped about it, but at the same time I just don't like to express how hyped I am about it because it feels weird, but it's like a very fine line that I have to try to walk in there. And I feel like I miss the line and fall off of it a lot in the non-self-promotion direction. So oftentimes I need reminders to actually promote my own stuff. Like I forget, oh, by the way, I wrote a bunch of books. Here they are. I forgot to mention that. And I feel like that realization hits me a lot. Like every other week, I'm like, oh, I forgot to talk about my books at all last week. What am I even doing? So it's definitely hard for me because I just don't have that natural, seeking out or trying to throw that stuff out there. Like, hello, you know, and it's weird for me because in social situations, I'm a pretty extroverted person. Like once I get around people, I love to talk, you know, obviously, I will talk your ear off about any topic you want to talk about. But when it comes to self-promotion, it just you know, and I don't know if that's a learned behavior or if that's something that just came with the package here. But it definitely is a thing. 1000%.
Totally.
Yes.
Go on, Thea.
So as someone who's very introverted, it is so difficult to have to talk about something that I've done. Like I didn't like doing it when we had school things. I don't like doing it now. But my go-to thing, if I'm at a party or something and someone is insisting I have to talk, will be to talk to them about whatever I'm reading. So I'm very happy to, you know, brag about all my friends' books and how amazing they are. And then someone's like, oh, well, what about yours? My dad tells me off for this. He's like, oh, you went to a bookstore. Did you tell them you've written a book? No. I organize events for authors. And like the idea of having to then say, oh, and I wrote one as well feels so cringy that I've made this event for other people. And the idea of then saying anything for myself, like you were saying, Thomas, is just, it just doesn't feel right.
Do you ever get to that point as well where somebody asks you about your book and they make you talk to them about it, and then you don't know like what how much they want to know? So you go in and you start talking about it, and then the eyes glaze over, and it's like
an hour later. Oh, did you actually
right?
want to know?
Like,
oh,
yeah. And it's like I think we're so out of practice with it, aren't we? That like it's even knowing how much to share about our projects can be awkward, right? Because it's you don't want to get that, you don't want to give that to somebody. It's because that usually happens with like, you know, people who I'm close with in real life. They'll be like, I really want to know what you're working on, and half an hour later they're like, so what are we doing now? It's like it's crazy.
Sorry, I talked about publishing for the entire meal.
Yeah. What about you, TJD? How do you feel about like bigging your own stuff up?
I'd like to do it, but yeah, I'm not on social media all that much. I just pop on once in a while. So it just seems kind of like, yeah, like self-serving if I'm just every once in a while pop on to hit everyone in the head with the marketing stick. Like, hey, just buy my book. Like, I never interact with anyone otherwise. I'm just going to be quiet here on my mountain and not talk to anyone, but I'll pop on once in a while and say, buy my book. And yeah, no, it's not me. So I always have a hard time with that. I've tried to get better with it though.
It's really interesting because like we spent the first like quarter of an hour, 20 minutes freely talking about everybody else's books, and then it's like, so what are you guys working on? Dead silence. It's like nobody wants to go first. It's like it's just sort of life, right? It's sort of like. Do you think it boils down to imposter syndrome as well? Is there a huge part of it that comes in with that? Because when you're talking about your work,
probably there's an element of that. Sure. Yeah, because like a bit of the what's so great about me? Why would people care about my books? You know, there's always the little voice in the back of your head, like who, you know, that says, who do you think you are? Like, why do you think you should be able to tell people about, you know? So yeah, I think there is a bit of it there. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're saying to people, you have a limited amount of time, you have a limited amount of money, you should use it on me. Mm-hmm. And like we've got all these great books that we've read by friends, other indie authors, traditionally published authors, and there's so many brilliant books that we read, and you just look at your own and go, why am I telling someone to read this over this book?
Exactly.
And in fairness, someone else will go out and will say, who's read your book and the other book, and might say, you should read Thea's book, you should read Thomas's book. And that's great, and we love them. But to say it yourself...
Yeah, it lands different. How do you guys battle imposter syndrome? What's your antidote to it? Have you got one? I know what mine is. Holly knows what mine is. Mine's ice cream.
Yeah, I could have told you the answer.
Yeah,
to
100%.
that one.
100%. Ice cream is the key to life, basically. Ice cream and chocolate. That's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I for me, I would say two things. Number one, the passage of time. Just anytime I feel, have that feeling of relative unworthiness, to be counted among book authors. I know that time tends to pass. It kind of has like a up and down cycle in my psyche, and I've learned to recognize now that okay, I'm feeling this right now. And I'm going to continue to feel this right now, but I'm just going to put a note in here, make a mental note that I will not feel this way in a little bit. And that helps to get through it. Also, occasionally just reading some of my favorite passages of things I've written actually helps get it, because I routinely forget things that I've written that are that when I go back and reread them, a certain chapter or a certain scene or a certain dialogue, and they just strike you as just exceptional, and you're like, who wrote this? Who wrote this and snuck it into my book? Like, I don't believe it, and so sometimes seeing those things reminds me, okay, I can sort of do this. Okay, I'm not as bad as I'm feeling like I am right at this moment. That's probably it. All rational type of rationalizations of how I belong with with other authors just go right in one ear and right out the other. They're just no help to me at all, because I always feel like I'm just the outsider, just kind of sitting on the edge of a big group of amazing people at all times. So I just have to kind of roll with it and exist with it.
I think like 90% of the authors I know feel that way, though. So we're all in like this big circle feeling like we're all sitting on the edge of it. And there's only this tiny number of people who actually have the confidence to go, yes, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really amazing people, and we're all just going, I don't think I really belong here. And everyone else is going, yes, you do. And then we just don't believe it. Like, one of the worst things for me that really doesn't help is other people telling me that it was good, because I'm just like, yeah, but you're just being nice to me. So
yeah. And then I think sometimes you have to take that step back and you just think, well, what does this person get out of being nice to me? But, like Thomas alluded to, that kind of the logical part of your brain that explains this to you, and the part of your brain that's thinking, no, I'm really just terrible. They don't really always want to talk to each other. And it can be really hard to break out of. It can.
Do both sides of your brain talk to you, TJD?
There's other sides too. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, why limit yourself to just two?
Yeah.
They're always yelling at each other. I think one of the things that was best for me, and it's still kind of weird saying it, but having RJ Bailey read your book, listening to him read it makes, like, when I was going through the proofs and stuff, that's when I finally had like a few moments. When I was like, this sounds amazing. And you know what? My writing ain't that bad either.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. You mentioned the Dex Legacy before as one of the parts of the giveaway. And I had a scene from one of my books read by Emily Inkpen, who does that. And I was listening back to someone, professionally reading it with the proper sound and everything. I was like, this actually sounds really good. I don't think I wrote this. But it was, like you say, this different realization of hearing it externally.
Yeah.
I had the same thing. She narrated some of Rememory for me, which you can listen to on my website. She let me post it. And it was just, it's just, you get a different vibe about your own work, don't you? When you hear it back, it's great. Tim's suggestion for imposter syndrome is to read your good reviews, basically, because then you get a little bit of positive affirmation from a third party who doesn't necessarily know you or isn't necessarily interested in being nice to you. There's some really interesting other points that have been made about this, which is that we are hyping ourselves up because we're not just authors. We have to go into a different mode when you're talking to your book. You become a bookseller, you become a business. And that is, I think sometimes we forget that. We think that we are just authors and that's it, but we're not, are we? We're so much more than that. And we're also doing it in a market that is very new. So some really good points made in the chat. Thanks for that, guys. But top tip: if you're starting to feel imposter syndrome, just eat a bowl of ice cream, and by the end of it, 100% you'll feel better about yourself. You'll just be by the end of that ice cream. It's impossible to get to the end of that bowl of ice cream and think,
I'll give it a try.
Suck. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. You're getting kickbacks from the ice cream industry.
Yeah,
Fraser, I think I know what's happening here.
Yeah. If you see all of my acknowledgements are to Ben and Jerry. Like,
do you have a particular flavor that you recommend?
Oh, just like that. Oh, you bring a wonderful question. I'm going to derail this, Holly.
No. We've got 15 minutes left, and Thea was about to say something, so I am.
The squirt bottle.
No, I was just saying, he's preaching to the choir. All women know that ice cream solves all problems.
Exactly.
No, Thea, don't encourage him.
Like from being like 5 or 10, you're taught ice cream.
No, I have this personal theory, right? That flavors of foods actually unlocks elements of your creativity. So, for example, this happened in a short story collection that I put together, Stitched Between Worlds, a bunch of my short stories. As part of it, I did an experiment with another author. I've talked about this before, so I'll go really fast. So the experiment with another author, we both ate the same flavor of ice cream and then immediately wrote a story afterwards. And even though the stories were in different genres, the beats of the stories were exactly the same. So, I was like,
oh my
whoa.
God.
It was incredible.
An ice cream man is driving past my house.
This is,
you hear that?
I'm telling you. So this is the thing.
What
You've got to
powers
be careful.
do you have, Richard?
I arranged it just for you. Yeah. Is it just THR who's getting the ice cream van? It's not everybody getting that.
I mean, a magic system based on ice cream would be unique as far as I'm aware.
There we go.
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'm writing it now. But I feel like there is a lot, because if it's a flavor you like, it will give you a certain emotion. If it's a flavor you don't like, or it gives you a certain feeling, right? If you pick your favorite flavor, you get that feeling, and then that feeds into what you're writing, because you are what you eat and you imagine what you are. So
that reminds me of, there's this a movie called City Slickers, a Billy Crystal movie from back in the 90s, and my favorite moment of that scene is the ice cream scene, where they have a ice cream pairing with food showdown with the founders of an ice cream company. And I still remember that scene to this day. It's just delightful. So
amazing. I love it. Holly is like furious that we've like talked about this.
Well, I'll offer to
Yeah.
change the topic. I'm just now realizing that it's lucky that I shaved off my giant Viking beard. Or you would not have been able to tell Thomas and I apart at all.
Even got the same
Because up until about 2 weeks ago, my beard was down to about here, and we would have been indistinguishable in this interview. So I'm just noticing that bit of luck is powering me right now.
I shaved mine off for the same reason.
Yeah. The next time we get
Thank
you
you, Holly.
together, I really want TJD to shave like down to there, so that it's like the same. That would be great. Has everybody got their D20s with them?
Yes.
Oh, good lord!
As we're at a party, should we play a game? Because we can roll for insight. That's our signature game that we do on this channel. It would be a great way to round off the event this whole weekend. Sorry, Alex. Yeah, ice cream would. Yeah.
I think my son may have stolen my D20, so I might need someone to roll for me.
That's okay.
I've just got one online because my son did steal my D20. He won the roll.
It's a little red one, and he loves it because red is his favorite color, and he loves to like spin it and then read what number it is. So I think he made off with it. I'm looking around to see but no. Okay.
One of
We got
these
you
days
covered.
we'll have like spotlight indie D20s, and then everybody who comes on will just get one, and then you'll be when we hit the big time, guys. Yeah, don't worry.
I'm here for it.
When you
Yeah,
sponsor
totally.
someone who makes dice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
If anyone else that's listening who makes dice, come and sponsor you guys.
if you're
Yeah.
a company who does dice and ice cream, that would be ideal.
Ice
Um,
cream.
Dice cream. Yes.
No, we're getting him started again. It's happening all over again.
We're trying so hard not to talk about our own books here that we've
I
invented dice.
Okay,
we're living up to the stereotype right now.
We
So
are.
let's-
Well, guys.
let's have Thea. Let's have you roll first. What can you
Okay.
roll your d20, please? And then, because this is the game basically where the dice decides our destinies, and we have a list of 20 questions, and whatever you roll, that's the question you get.
I'm
So-
utterly terrified already.
Okay, I'm going right in the middle. I've rolled 10.
A 10.
I don't know why I'm
You
giving you the counting. I'm so used to talking to a 3-year-old.
So you have rolled a 10. So the question for number 10, if you opened a bookshop, what would you call it? And you get bonus points for terrible pun names.
Oh my goodness. I am like the worst namer of things ever. I write second world fantasy and I can't name things. It's just a really bad job mix. Ugh.
I mean, we'll open this out to everyone. So
Yeah,
it-
please.
Oh, yeah,
my
everyone
brain-
can chip in.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to nominate someone, Thea, you can nominate for you.
I could have it as a nicely political bookshop and have it as the book stops here.
ooh, I like
oh,
that. That's
yeah.
a strong contender.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm giving you 15 points, Thea, for that. That's
Yeah.
solid. That's really good. What about the Thomases? What would your bookshops be?
Oh boy, the Shellfish Library.
Nice one.
You could combine it with a
Nice.
seafood restaurant as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would work.
Yes, I can. Mhm.
Yeah. I love it.
Shellfish and shellfisher.
Done and done.
Yeah.
Go on. What about you, TJD?
I don't have a good pun, so I'll go with alliteration and Thomas's Tarnished Tales.
Ooh, I like it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
like it.
very good. Yeah, TTT. I like it.
Have
Um,
really fancy hardbacks and have full metal dust jacket.
I love it.
Ah,
Yes.
yes.
That is a strong
Bring
one.
in the puns. I love it. Tufty would go for Images and Words for Comics and Fiction after the Dream
Nice.
Theater album. I like
Nice.
it.
Love it.
Nice.
Okay.
Good album.
I nobody's going with like Book Off. Like
Oh, it was right there.
that's very good of you. It's very good of you.
Yeah.
So whose role is it? TJD. It's your role.
Got a 5.
You got a 5. Okay. So we've mixed these questions up a bit. The number 5, if you're invited on a convention panel to talk as an expert in one book related subject, what would it be?
Procrastination 101, How Not to Write Your Book.
Oh, that is a great answer.
I'm going to be
love
taking
that.
notes of these because I set up panels in Manchester. So I'm just going to write all these down and then we can do them.
Yes.
Procrastination. Okay, so I would do the flavors of food relating to your work. So food and writing. Jot it down, Thea. I will gladly panelist for you. What would you do, THR?
Well, realistically, it would probably have to be about how to go off on tangents related to tiny tidbits of world building in your books instead of writing your book. Like coming up with the rules for 8 different sports that you made up for one throwaway line in a book somewhere. And now you obsessively have to write all the rules and then make up the lore and the history and of that. That is my number one skill, I think, as an author. If you want to take just to drill down to the show, it would probably have to do with world building, because that's in a real scenario, that's probably what it would be about. Because I get a lot of feedback about how I fit world building into stuff, but honestly, it's mostly about most of the world building I do is like stuff that never makes it into any book and is just me going off and kind of wasting my own time coming up with those things. Like I made an entire card game for one throwaway line in a book, and now I have rules for it and everything. So
We should play it sometime.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
I can
we'll
go
play
on
it
that
next time.
panel with you. I know way too much about the magi science behind things that I write, of going down these wormholes of physics and mathematics, and like, this is no one else wants to know this. This will never be on a page, but I need to know it.
do
Yeah.
I know where my car keys are? No. Do I know the 77th emperor of Terrellinon? Yes, I know him.
Yeah.
I know
He's
him
got your
and family.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
Alex says doom scrolling, the practical alternative to research.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
it. What about you, Holly? What would your chosen panel be?
I'm torn between two. So my first choice would be I would run a panel on procrastinating about going to Thomas's procrastination panel, and Thomas's panel would be empty because people would still be doing other things instead of going to it. Or if I was going to go based on something that I felt was a really strong part of my writing, I would go on poo jokes.
Mm, yeah,
If we're being honest,
yeah, you could do an hour on that.
I
Yeah.
could easily do an hour on that.
Yeah,
I would join that panel. I love to have creative insults involving turds
Yeah.
in my books.
Yeah.
It was excrement to be. THR. Oh, sorry. Go on, TJD.
The idea of the empty panel made me think of another one. Just, hey, wasn't there a bar here?
Yeah, it's just-
Yeah, I like it. THR, your turn to roll. If you
Oh.
you don't have a
Can
dice. do
I
you?
could not find.
Will you nominate someone to roll for you?
my kidnapped dice?
oh yes, sorry. I'll
Yeah,
roll for
Holly.
you.
It's Holly. Yeah,
Thank
Holly
you.
can roll for you.
No worries. That is falling off the table. 6.
6.
They were all really bad at rolling.
Okay. So the question to 6. Okay.
Falling off the table is an adequate description of my writing process. So
If you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice about being an indie author, do you think it would have made a difference to your writing journey, and in what ways?
And what would
I
it have
don't
been?
know.
Yeah, what
I
would it
don't
have
know.
been?
You
Yeah.
know, I don't know if I would have been able to figure out the things I figured out without doing them the wrong way, and having that experience. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any big, like, major, like, global type, concept that would have helped. I mean, maybe like, like some little thing, like, don't rely on this type of description, too many sentences, and something specific like that could have saved me some time and heartache. But yeah, I honestly can't think of anything because I'm kind of a lummox. I have to bonk my head against every obstacle in order to recognize the obstacle is there. So I don't know if I would have been able to help myself at all.
Yeah, because you can't rush the process, right?
No, I would
It's like-
probably just give myself a pat on the head and be like, it's just remember, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
You're gonna make it. It's gonna be okay.
yeah. You would have said like, eat more ice cream. That's what
Yeah,
you
eat
would
more
have
ice
said.
cream, and then I would be at this panel, and I would be like, my
Yeah.
God, Fraser's talking about ice cream.
Yeah.
Myself talked about ice cream. This is-
Yeah.
And then the
and now
universe
there's
would
an ice cream
implode.
man going by. And
It's like you're then like, oh no, now I've got is the ice cream van a time machine? Do I now have to go back and tell myself that? It's like the pressure.
So
Is
you need to go chase the ice cream van now.
what about everybody else? Is there something that you could have shared that you think that would have made a difference, or do you think, are you in the same boat as like me and THR, that you've got to go through the process to learn, what these kinds of lessons? What do you think?
I think in terms of like actual craft and stuff, it is a case of going through the process. But if I was going to go back like 20 years or something and say something to my younger self, it would be that it's a valid option and actually start earlier.
Yeah.
Because
I
it took
agree
a
with
very long time for me to let anybody else see anything I'd written.
Mm,
And then I had one friend who was like, you should try and do something with this. And if I done that like 15 years earlier.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
that, yeah, because I did the same thing. I wrote a lot and then put it down for a long time,
Mhm.
sometimes a year at a time, and then came back to it and put it down again. And it wasn't until the last time I picked it up that I finally, gave it all. So that's a really good one.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
very good
That is
one.
a
Oh,
really good
I
one.
did think of one. I don't know if it would work on Past Me, but one that I want desperately to tell Past Me is you don't have to put it all in one big book series. Stop
Yeah.
trying to squeeze every plot line and character into one big book, please, for the love of God. Split them up, because that would have saved a lot of ache. I don't know if Past Me would have probably said, "Who do you think you are?" Like, you don't know me.
Would the characters have let you? Maybe they
But-
needed to go through that
But
process.
yeah.
before
See,
you.
there you go. But I might have given up on the slavish desire to try to keep them all together sooner, and let them run free sooner. But that's all I can think of. Anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted.
No,
Other
that's great.
Thomas's turn.
I'd probably just go back and creepily from the shadows, as Past Me is sitting down writing, go, "This is your life now." And then as I disappear,
So
say,
you would-
"Oh, by the way, short books are good too."
So you would haunt yourself. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Oh god.
Past Me was an ass.
Oh, I love it.
But then you would become you would
Is.
say that again, Thea. So,
I said, if present you is the one who's going to go back and haunt past you, I don't think that means you've improved much.
This is a very good point.
Got a point.
I feel like you then run the risk of becoming your own muse. That would be great. Like, can you imagine sort of like future me going back in time and being like, "This is what you do now," and then you write the book on that, and then it's like, whoa, like that would be great. In the interest of time, we've done our hour. We're over time already, so we have no more time for like the speed round of Roll for Insight or like the combined roll or any of the classics.
You can do
but-
whatever you want. It's you own the space. We're
Totally.
your captives, Fraser. So whatever you want to do.
But I appreciate everybody's time. I don't want to take away too much of everybody's time. Tim makes a really good point, which is that you learn a lot from your mistakes. So don't beat yourself up. And I think that also ties in to what we were talking about earlier about imposter syndrome. Like,
Yeah.
don't let your mistakes affect the way you feel about your writing, because indie writers are awesome. You know, we're all doing this incredibly difficult, amazing thing. And that's why we have parties like this, because it's worth celebrating. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for the writing that you do, the stories you put out into the world, and for being here to celebrate with us. And that goes to everybody in the chat and everybody who is here with us now in this space. So thank you, Thea. Thank you, TJD. Thank you, THR. Thank you, Holly. Keep doing what you're doing, because it is amazing. In terms of what people who are tuned in, if they want to find out more about you and more about your work and cheer you on as you write these next books, Thea, where can people find you?
So I'm Alethea R. Lyons on Instagram and on Linktree. I do have ARC applications open at the moment, and I've frozen, so I don't know if you can still hear me or not.
Yeah, we can.
But I
You
have
good?
ARC applications for the Seer of York books and for the Cyberfae book.
Awesome.
Brilliant. What about you, TJD?
I am on most social medias, though I don't use them regularly. You can reach me on them. I've got a Linktree and a Ko-fi or Ko-fi, or however you say it. Both of those are Thomas J. Devins. And yeah, you can find me wherever.
Amazing. What about you, THR?
I can be found on Twitter as @Ornithopteryx. Every other social media, I'm @Thomas Howard Riley, because I came to my senses before I started those other accounts. And other than that, I'm mostly active on Twitter currently, but I'm trying to break into everything else. Baby steps, though, because I'm trying to, my children have taken up a lot of time, so I'm trying to gradually expand my presence on other social media platforms. Other than that, my website, thomashowardriley.com. You can find out lots of tidbits there, and you can get a free ebook copy of this bad boy, Last Kept of Midnight, that Thomas brought up. If you sign up for my newsletter, it's free. Amazing.
Holly?
So, my awesome books, which people will love to read, are available. The Vanguard Chronicles, We Men of Ash and Shadow, SBF 7, I want to say, finalist. Grimdark Gaslamp Fantasy, the sequel, The Hand That Casts the Bone. They are both available on ebook, paperback, or audiobook. I also have The Hallows, which is a sort of grim noir, weird science fantasy. It's got flying nuns and lizard people and monsters and all sorts of weird stuff in. That is available on eBay as well. I am also going to do a shout out for The Anatomy of Fear, representing with my t-shirts. It is an anthology of fantasy with a hint of horror. Some of the thank you, Thomas. Some of the authors who have been on panels this week are featured in this anthology. So L.L. McRae, Trudy Skies, Tim Hardy. There's a foreword by P.L. Stewart. Loads of other great authors. That is also available and is a perfect read as we come up to spooky season. You can find me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Facebook. You can also find me at Spotlight Indie, www.spotlightindie.co.uk, and here on YouTube with the wonderful Fraser Armitage and Alex S. Bradshaw.
I'm so pleased that you stood up and pointed to your front because of it being The Anatomy of Fear, because it was like, for a minute, I was like, is she going dirty and grimy? Is this what she was talking about? Yeah, we'll do anything for clicks. No, thank you.
Fraser's actually wearing the Anatomy of Fear pants at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah. Give us 10 likes and you'll. No, I'm only kidding. Yep. In terms of Spotlight Indie, you can, like Holly says, the website is great, spotlightindie.co.uk. Thank you to everybody who's joined us over the entire big weekend here on the YouTube channel. Stay tuned. We release content regularly. Usually you can get it on a Sunday. So we provide that weekly content. Next week, we've got more coming from the Beardsmen. So hopefully you'll enjoy our extra content with them. But thank you again to all of the support that we've received over the big weekend. It means the world. And we want to be here for you. We want to build a community whereby we can support you as much as possible because indie creators are the bomb. So, reach out, get in touch, keep in touch. If there's anything we can do to help you in your indie journey, we would love to be there to support you as well. And until the next time, just stay awesome and keep writing. And we'll see you again on Spotlight Indie.